Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another City Skyline experiment video where today we're going to ask the question, is it possible to make everybody transport themselves via a taxi? And is it possible, should I say, to make profit via the taxi service? Because if you think about it in real life, you have like Uber and like normal cab companies and systems like that. Where they work, they are functional in everyday life. I have caught many taxis in my life and yeah, it just seems to work. But does it work on the game? We're going to find out. So I've already got a map set up here. I've kind of built my roundabout, as you can now kind of see, and a few little roads here and there, just kind of get us a little base plate set up for this experiment. But ultimately what we're going to do is create a residential area. And we're going to set it up to where there's no vehicles, pedestrianised vehicles that can enter the residential area, hoping that they will choose to take the taxis. It's going to be quite a tough challenge just to try and get that kind of functionality understood to the citizens, but we are willing to give it a go. So if you enjoy this kind of experiment, want to see more like this in the future, then make sure you smash that like button down below. So they enter in our region here, they come down the highway, and they can either go left or right. Now we're going to set up the commercial and industry down here, and we'll set the residential kind of up here. So when you kind of come to this here, if you want to choose to exit or enter the region, you can do it via the highway and the roundabout. And then if you're in the residential area or commercial industry, you want to get to and from those areas, you can skip the whole roundabout by just hitting the highway that goes over the top and down and in. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. We'll just make sure that we don't have any traffic lights on those. Just want to double check. There we go. Sweet, mate. Okay, then, so first things first then, we're going to set up our residential area. So we'll keep this road going so far up, and we'll do a nice little bend on it, but we'll have this pretty much running through the middle. So if we delete a bit of this, and by a bit I mean quite a big chunk of it, boys, and then create a nice little bend, and then we'll create some roads coming off it. So we'll use the 4-lane road here to begin with as a kind of loop road, so to speak. We'll bring it up to there for this region. So we went up by 30. There we go. Across. There we go. So, and then we can kind of build all the roads expanding off it. And again, this is solely going to be residential. Now, to kind of make sure that other vehicles don't come down here. I mean, the only vehicles we want to be able to drive down here is 1, taxis, 2, utility vehicles like garbage, emergency vehicles like fire, ambulances, police cars and hearses and so on and so on. We just want to make sure that we restrict normal passenger vehicles, and we probably will let the odd truck or something come down here if people want to move in or use trucks or whatever, but you know how it goes. We just want to make sure that everybody is either going to choose to walk the long distance, which I don't think they will, and hopefully choose to take a taxi instead. So let's create our sprawl then. So bring this up, there, and there. Well, we'll bring this up as far as we can take it on each one. And what we'll kind of ultimately do is create a grid and then do some spirals coming off it and whatnot. Should be pretty fun, but we shall see. So I want to make the most of this. Pretty much, that is what I want to do. So there we go, we're up to here then. So let's continue the sprawl a little bit more. And it's going to be a pretty cool residential area, or region should I say. There we go. So we'll go up by a couple there. Did I get it on the first one? Yeah, I did. So, not trying to mirror it too much, but, you know, we'll do what we got to do. There we go. Sprawl it out a little bit. And we have to make sure we connect everything in the middle. So we'll go from here, cut it through. Chop, 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 boys. Kind of missed out that bit there. And the space we have on the inside is where we then fill it up. So we'd kind of do something like that. Nice, mate. So you can kind of see where we're going with this. We want to kind of bulk up the residential area as much as possible to get as many people living there again as physically possible. So what I'll do then, I'll kind of set up the whole residential area to the point where we've got it all zoned. We've got the kind of piping working, electricity set up, and then we'll kind of look towards getting all the industry and commercial area all set up too. I think the middle one we will have connected like that. We'll have it connected up to there. Why not? Because you're not going to have too many traffic issues, because hopefully we can take into account that everybody is going to be using our taxis. So there we go. There we go. It's going to look good in the end. Okay then, so we've kind of now got two areas kind of figured out. We've got the residential side over here. I kind of put a little entrance there just in case I want to do something off the roundabout that way. And we kind of got the industrial slash commercial side set up. So it's pretty much just set up in a kind of, you know, experiment mode. It's set up for the purpose that we want them to travel, you know, back and forth, but obviously, of course, using taxis. Now, we have to make sure we get the general stuff in. So we have to give them water, which there is a river flowing just here, which is where we will take the clean water from. So let's get that, connect it up, and of course, give them... I'm not sure if that's going to be enough power produced there, but I'll kind of put 2 down just in case. I also don't know if there's enough water flowing to be sucked up by those pipes, but we'll see. We'll see. We need to do, of course, the opposite now, which is sewer work, which I'll use 2 of these basins here. We can use those, and they'll eventually give us some power. We'll use our famous kind of incinerator that also produces power, and we'll have this kind of set up on... We'll kind of set it up. Here should be fine. We'll just go with that there. Okay, so that will eventually... Look how much is drained, the river already. It's probably not a good spot to put them so close together, right? So what if I move one further up? I'll move one further up, just so it doesn't destroy too much of the river. It's going to do it anyway, but at least we can not destroy it too much. There's a little bit of leeway right there. Okay then, so we need to make sure we restrict the access of certain vehicles. So we need to make sure we put some traffic restrictions or vehicle restrictions on these roads. So we pretty much want to, if I ban all vehicles, does that get rid of everything? Yes. Ban all vehicles except, I believe this is the taxi. Is that the taxi? Yes. Taxi, going in and out. Recycling and SOS. That is what we are banning right there on that, which should stop the vehicles coming in that way. I'll also put a ban up here too. So ban, hang on, apply vehicle restrictions to all road segments between these two junctions. Yes, right, okay, ban everything, hold on. Except taxis. Well, this has kind of gone backwards now, hasn't it? SOS. Right, and I've applied it to all. Oh, yes, boy. Okay, so it applies it to that whole little section there, which hopefully that works. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, we're in play mode. Let's get some residential now in. So we'll start nice and small. Again, I have a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I have a sneaky suspicion that they'll use cars to enter here anyway first, and then once they've moved in, then they'll be carless, if that makes sense. I mean, they won't be called carless like their names. They'll be, you know, vehicleless, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So get some industry down. Give them a reason to come to the region. There we go. We'll do some commercial. Here, in here. So we just drop some commercial there. And of course, like, hook up the industry in the middle so it's all connected via the power. Right, let's see how things go with that and fly with that. So yeah, I have a feeling when they first move in, they will drive down here just for the sake of getting their vehicles here. But then again, we're getting nobody move in just yet. The population is not increasing. So we may have to... You know what? I actually think it's going to work. This could actually work. Okay. This is very interesting. We're going to put it into play mode anyway. Right, okay. So it's into play mode then. We should have trucks. Hold on. It hasn't applied the vehicle restrictions anywhere else, has it? No. We're all okay then. So we should get the normal vehicles moving in. Okay, what we're going to do is, very early on, how much are these taxis? These taxi, what are they called? Depots. 15,000. So if I put my first two there. And then we have taxi stands where they can wait. But obviously the depots is what gives us the vehicles. So I put one there and one there. We do two up here. Because we're going to need quite a few of these. Because you only get so many taxis from each one. And obviously, if we generally just want everybody to transport via them, then we need to throw all those down. And the same over here. We're going to drop a load of taxi ranks in, or stands, whatever you want to call them. Right, I need more money. Oh, have I just spent all my money? Yes. Right, let me grab some loans. I'm going to take all the loans just to cover our backsides for a little while. We'll completely up all of our taxes so we can make sure we can turn a profit very, very soon. We'll do every single one because we don't know when we're going to place in these regions or these zones, but it's nice to have them straight away. Okay. So they're all dropped in. These don't have power just yet. They're complaining about sewage as well. Does the sewage not have power? Oh no, we're waiting for everything to be connected. That's kind of what we're doing right now. So we're playing a waiting game until vehicles start entering. Now, I don't know whether we should buy the tile that contains some trains and push them all in. I don't know whether to place down an airport to get them all in as well. There could be something else we could do, like a small airport. How cheap is that? It's 150,000. It's very expensive, so maybe no. That is the answer. Right, we'll go the cheaper route. Right, buy this, purchase. Now, we want everybody to kind of move into the residential area. And we kind of learned this lesson from the last experiment we did. So, train station. I'll make the train station literally come up to here. This top side. There we go. We need to get the train tracks going across. So it's for functionality, this is not anything different. Make sure they're all connected. That's not connected. Right. It's not connected there. Wow. Can you somehow... There we go. We're now somehow connected. So hopefully that will bring in the peeps, which it now is because our population is now starting to increase. Which is good, because now they'll start creating the trash that's needed for the vehicles. What we got here then? We've got vehicles now coming in. An oil truck, yes. So that they'll start getting the trash. They'll start producing it. We'll start getting power. We need to create some power grid lines that go all the way up. So before we do that then, let me quickly pause again once more. We'll go for some high density commercial in this area. Because as we start to educate the peeps, at least then, we've got the zoning for that in. We'll get some more industry. We'll kind of fill up all these zoned areas. Because basically, ultimately, what I'm trying to do is push it to the very edges so I can then create the power lines and it's all touching together. Right, we'll kind of play it while we're dropping this all in. And it will also mean that it builds up our money so we don't lose as much as well. Right, let's get all this in then. So the power grid is all connected. We just got to wait for this to start producing. I think we actually need it to actually start producing or collecting the sewage before it actually works as well, don't we? So what I'll do is I'll place a couple of these around on the off chance that it will power the sewage plant. Which in turn, once it powers the sewage plant, this starts working, this starts producing power. And then the circle of life is then complete. Right, so there we go. You can see all the cars now appearing from the train station, which is going to happen. We've got a lot of people walking as well, but we're only going to get vehicles in here, and they shouldn't pass and go down here. That's exactly how it should work. And then the only vehicles that we should see going past are the people who choose to literally get a taxi. I mean, it's a very long walk. If they want to walk that distance, then that's down to them. What's this? Oh, it's a garbage truck going through. So we just got to get the city pretty much set up to a point where it's functional, and then we can apply our little challenge. Right, I believe this is now producing power. Yes, it is. Which is now powering everywhere, which is amazing. So we can now start to look at zoning more areas. We should really kind of think about doing it in stages because of the amount of people who have to arrive by train. But then, yeah, I'm just going to throw this chunk of it down for now. Can't do this section. We'll keep that as it is there. We won't mess around with that. Right, we'll do that section for now and see how things fly. So what vehicle is this? Is that a taxi? Yes. They're actually using taxis. But some of them are walking, and we don't really want them to walk. So what they actually... Oh, I see what they're doing. They're walking to the point where they are allowed to get onto or get a vehicle. I see exactly what they're doing at this point. Right. They're smart, guys. They are actually quite smart. Right, if we select this... and we completely ban all vehicles except taxis, recycling, and SOS vehicles and apply it to everything on that junction. Do the same for this. So ban all vehicles except SOS, recycling, or garbage should I say, and taxis, and apply it to all of that. Now, will they then choose to walk a little bit further? So some of these are going to actually still do it because they're already pre-programmed that they're going to do that. It's like we have to wait for the new fresh wave of people coming down. So we'll keep it like that. We'll just see how it goes for now. But we're making profit, so that's the good thing. We're not going to run into debt just yet. Just yet, guys. So we're kind of... we'll see. We'll see anyway. So are they still coming down here? Yeah, they're still coming down to this point. So I have a feeling they're going to use this road, which is completely obvious. That's what's going to happen. So we'll have to apply it to here, up to there. Because I don't think they can walk across the island. I'm not 100% sure. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure on that one. And... I don't know if there is a way... Oh, I just realised there is a way in which we can stop them physically using this road to walk on. And that is with a 2-lane highway. If I kind of pause and upgrade all of this to be a 2-lane highway. Because technically we're not going to have much traffic on there, are we? We're not going to have much traffic on there. And I need to make sure quickly before everybody decides to do all the wrong things. So just apply the vehicles that we want. Right, is that all on that? Yeah. Right, so just give it a minute or two now to update. Now, nobody can physically walk on that road, which is going to be hilarious. So we don't even need the traffic restrictions at this point. Well, we do, obviously, to make certain vehicles there, but they can't now cheat and walk all the way down. they will now have to physically get a taxi. So just from looking at what's going down right now when it comes to the taxis, because we're not going to see much of a change just yet, but let's just kind of get an idea for it. So we're pretty much getting 3 people a week using the taxi service. So our goal is to increase that. 4 people a week are now using it. Are we getting any money for that as well? Taxis, expenses, wow, versus income. Right, we'll see if that changes now we've done these restrictions, but we need to first plop down a bunch of services right now. So if I drop this big boy of a policing station, same for the fire department. I'm not sure how much that stretches over. It doesn't go too far, but there we go. That takes care of some of the needs. We take care of now some of the dead bodies, so we drop a little crematorium down, and we'll also start to get more and more residents moving in as well. And we're going to have to really bump up the taxi usage as well. So vehicles that you can see going through are, you know, taxis, police cars and stuff like that, but we need so many more. So many more. Only 1 taxi is in use as well, which is kind of strange. But we will bump it up, guys. We will bump it up. So all this is going to complain so bad because no workers can get there and so on. So we need to sort that out. But it all comes down to money at the end of the day. We're slowly getting there. So as well as the kind of taxi depots, these taxi stands which cost 1,000 each, we can drop these down every so often as well. Just here, there and everywhere, because it's what can be used to people to get on, well, get a taxi, so to speak. So we're going to drop them down everywhere, so there's always, you know, a stand nearby that somebody can grab a little taxi to get to where they need to go. So drop as many of these down, so we're really pushing for the taxi business right now. There we go. And then we do the same over here too. We got to really kind of push this. So I do loads on the outskirts. Really pushing for taxi usage. Because I mean, whenever I add taxis into a city, I always think to myself, are they even worth it? Literally, are they even worth it? And 9 times out of 10, I say 10 times out of 10, no. The answer is no. But if I had to dedicate the whole transporting system to taxis, would it work? Well, this is what we're going to find out, isn't it, really? Right, hopefully we see a lot more people using the taxis. Income is non-existent. Oh, 36 smackaroonies there. It's good to see. It's good to see, guys. It's not happening, is it? It's literally not happening. I can't see it because it's being too far away. It can't be that. I'm just kind of glancing over right now. So like when it comes to the transport network, we're now up to 3 people using them. Why will nobody travel via taxi? We have 5 taxis out, 6 taxis out, 1 out there. Was that just going up and up? I feel it's like a slight shambles, isn't it? Right. We'll get a few more of these over on this side now. So wherever I can drop them down. Will we see many taxis come out? Considering we got 17,000 in population right now. Honestly, it's a shambles, this taxi business. Oh, 158. Hang on. Are they actually starting to use it? We're now to 6 people apparently now using it, which is good. I don't know how that would generate us $150 odd, $190. Okay, it looks like he's going in the right direction, but ultimately it's not at the same time. Where are they all walking to anyway? 'Cause I can see them all walking places. Let's find out. Where are you walking to? You're just going home. I think these are the people who have just arrived by the train. Yeah, everyone's unemployed. Everybody is unemployed. So I don't think having a sole transportation system for taxis is beneficial in any way, shape or form. It just doesn't work, does it? I'm just going to get rid of all traffic lights here so this traffic flows a little bit better. It ultimately just doesn't work, does it? I mean, what we're making now? $407. Do you know what? I could be speaking too soon. It could be you got to train everybody. 7 people are now using it, apparently. Apparently, 7 people are now using it. The taxis are going up and up. So why don't we drop down a few more then? So why don't we have like a dedicated taxi road that just pulls out all the taxis? We are running out of money so damn quick. But here's 3 taxi ranks in a row. I mean, technically it is giving employment to the residents. We are closing in on 20,000 people living here and everybody is freaking unemployed. None of these taxi ranks want to develop any taxis. It's sad times, isn't it? When you're trying to build an industry and it just doesn't want to happen. Right, okay. Just chill your beans, Seniac. Chill your beans. Apparently 41% of the population's unemployed. And I don't know how. Is 41% is like the other, like, you know, 59% taxi drivers, maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Right, we'll get rid of traffic lights up here as well. To stop them from, like, you know, slowing down. We're going to have to place some healthcare services there as well. How much are we now making? 487. So what does that mean it's now gone up to in terms of people? 13 people. So if 13 people generate that kind of cash money moolah from the taxi service, imagine if we had a couple of thousand. We were making millions, I tell you. Millions. I mean, it could be quite profitable, but it's like you've got to push it so hard. Right. So we are literally now just thinking about gaining the cash, the monies, the moolahs, while we think about buying some form of healthcare service. Is there any more trains coming? Yeah, there's one just arrived right now. How many people get off it? Okay, there's still a fair few people arriving. We've got 21,000 in our population right now. Have these pushed out any taxis? 0, 0, 1. Versus these ones over here we just placed down, like for example this one, 0. Okay, it's very interesting. This one's pushing 17 out apparently. Not sure where they are, but apparently they're somewhere. Right, when it comes to healthcare then, for a nice juicy hospital we're looking at 65,000. Okay. Right, anybody push out? Oh, push out one taxi. That's about it. We need to hire more taxi drivers, right? Yeah, we do. Right. This is very tough. Okay, how much are we now making? It's gone down to 175. Now down to 200. So, what are they choosing to do right now? It makes no sense, does it? It honestly makes no sense. Okay, right. We got enough money now to drop some healthcare services down. So we'll plonk a hospital just there. And hopefully I can start treating all the sick residents. But we need money. Lots of money. We need people to use the taxi networks. It's just so freaking annoying, isn't it? It is just so freaking annoying. The industrial side seems to be handling it pretty well. I mean, how many people does it have working there? Apparently it has 12 workers. Each one of them does. Each one of them has all the workers needed, apparently. I don't know how. Because I see nobody walking these streets to get to these jobs. So how do they even have any workers? I can't... Oh, I see one person there. Where are you? Right, you're visiting the drugstore. Resides at the Hera residence. So, yeah, they're able to get to and from the area. We're making 320. It's like only some. You don't reckon it's because only some of them can afford to get in a taxi? If you know what I'm saying. You don't think it's because of that, do you? I mean, it could be. That could be the issue. Now that's an interesting thought. So what if I dropped some low density commercial on the areas that are free? We have some schools in as well, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So the few little bits and bobs areas that we have free, we put some commercial down so at least some of them can make some solid cash money moolah around here. We'll see. We'll literally see. Anyway, educational, 8% educated. Nobody wants to use my taxi service, guys. How many people are actually using it, by the way? 11 and 12. So let's say 11. And it generates like nearly $400 from 11 people. That's actually pretty good. I mean, if you can get the taxi service just right, it's very profitable. But it's getting people to freaking use the taxi service. Oh, 12 guys, you see that? He went up to 12. Yeah. And there's no policy that kind of dictates for them to use it. Free public... Ooh, hold on. Free public transport? Now, if I select free public transport, will that now give us more people using the taxis? Where is it gone? 13 people are now using it. But we're still getting money. Is it not classed as public transport then? Is that the case? Is that where we're kind of going with that? Or is it now kind of because more people got money in their pockets, they're able to use the taxi service? We're up to 15 right now. It is a tough question, isn't it? We got 10 there. 24 there being used. There's taxis for days up and down these roads, as well as like garbage trucks and whatnot. I got this kind of extra road there so people could filter out. I don't know why. I think it was just so I didn't have much of a backup on this road. It doesn't change anything, does that? I mean, any other policies that could sort it out? Not really. There's nothing, additional that I could add to make them use. Boost connections. No, but I'll click it anyway. I don't know why. Workers' union. Nah. Encourage biking. Nah. No. There's nothing really additional that I could potentially add. Education levels, 15%. Unemployment rate, 44%. Transportation, we're now back down to 11 people using taxis. What is the point of taxis in this game? I'm going to say this right now. This experiment has been a disaster, but ultimately it has confirmed that taxis are pointless in the game. Guys, if you've had any luck with taxis, let me know in the comment section down below. But ultimately, your boy has had no luck whatsoever freaking ever in this game. They just don't work. I've got a strong feeling it's just for show. It was just something cool that the developers thought they could add in.
but it's not great. It's definitely not great, is it, guys? Damn. And there's a car there pulling a trailer. And where are they going with that? Nobody even knows anymore. What is real life? Nobody even knows. But guys, we're going to end it for here. This experiment has officially confirmed that taxis are completely pointless in the game. Well, not for the 11 people that are using them anyway. Hope you guys did enjoy this experiment. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good.